Good evening, Ruskin enjoyers. I hope you're doing right. It's time for the Rust Store Rotation Showcase Yapping Session. You know what you're walking into. Remember, if it's too long for you, look in the description. You can see I have provided chapters if you want to skip ahead to parts that interest you. Just look in the description. Cool. Rust Store rotated about 4.5 hours ago. We were pleasantly surprised. What's the opposite of depression? Not depressed. Happy. We like this Rust Store. We like it so much that it's selling really, really nicely. So just a quick little insight. With only 4 hours past, we've already got over 11,000 sales for that locker. That is looking to be very interesting. Of course, you know I'm going to yap about that quite a lot, so brace yourselves, it's going to happen. But 11,000 subscribers already. What are subscribers? Those are the bare minimum amount. Basically, at least 11,280 individual people have bought that skin. How many skins did they buy? We don't know, but that is the absolute bare minimum sales. And that is after only about 4.5 hours. So that's ridiculous. Yes, it is. So everybody seems to be very happy with the skins. Plenty of sales already across the board. Lots of money being thrown at the game. And of course, lots of people were jumping in playing today. We haven't beaten June's peak player count, but of course we still have tomorrow, Friday, and of course Saturday. I'm pretty sure we'll still eclipse that and have a higher peak player count. But yeah, lots of people playing, lots of people are happy. I wonder why? Because new content was added. Yes, the bikes are in, hooray! Motorbikes, bicycles, the hood and the handcuffs, along with the likes of the travelling vendor. We got a lot more content that was actually added to the game today compared to, like the previous month. So that's cool, that's nice, and I'm sure many people are happy. Right, Mr. OXZXXXX, new store, LOW, buddy, I'm giving it a big old W. Look at that. Look at how many sales we've already got. So big thumbs up there. Everybody's happy, to a point, I guess. We'll see. But of course, with the brand new Rust Store, we've also got to jump in and discuss, what's abnormal, what isn't. And also, it's July 4th, so, thumbs up, I guess, to the Americans. Happy birthday with your country and whatnot. That's why we had the fireworks added today. So just wanted to point that out. Right then, abnormals. What is and what isn't abnormal? Let's go ahead and quickly find that out right here, right now. And away we go. So, that's not abnormal. That's not abnormal. That's abnormal. That's abnormal. That's abnormal. That's abnormal. That's not abnormal. That's not abnormal. That's not abnormal, but that is abnormal. That means for next week we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skins to chase after next Wednesday night. Look forward to it. I'm sure you will. Right then, so it's ridiculous. It's crazy. People are happy. People are buying these skins, and Neon Full Kit Locker is in the lead by quite a margin. I mean, let's just quickly get the proper amount here. So this has 8,000 subscribers. Neon Locker has 3,000 more. Cool. So, this technically is still part of the Neon Storage Collection. This, of course, made by Duck. And I will sit here and tell you, and keep you informed, that there are going to be more lockers produced. Alright? He hasn't stopped making small boxes. He just wanted to do something different. He's so successful. He just, gets skin accepted every week. But yeah, he's clearly in a very good spot. And he thought, hey, I got this opportunity to try and do something a little bit different. That he did. We now have lockers. It's expected we're going to have 3 in total. We've got Full Kit Locker, On the Horizon, Tier 2, and Hazy are the expected next ones. So, we'll see how that turns out. But here's the funny point. When we got the likes of the small boxes accepted, or at least this first one, I didn't know what was going to happen. Alright, so let's remind ourselves back at May 23, 2024, we had this very weird Rust Store with a lot of random skins from years ago randomly being accepted. Was it the pseudo complete the sets? Probably. Continue the sets? More likely, because of course, that was the beginning of a brand new set of Neon Storages, the small boxes. But the main thing I want to get across to all of you is this was the first one. The first small box. We had all of these other ones come out. They have not performed as well compared to the small fuel storage. When the food box was accepted, what happened? That went up to $4. Sold for $1.49, went up to $4. Now, of course, we're beyond that point of, let me just quickly turn on my extension so I can see a little bit more. There you go. We are way beyond anywhere near to the likes of $4 anymore. Why isn't it turning on? It should be on. My extension hasn't... Oh, there we are. Perfect. Right, now we can see it in dollars. Right, so that's got 568 listings in total. It's still pretty thin other than that 34 there. Is there like a big fat of them? Oh my, okay. So more than half of them appear to be listed above $3. But anyway, that has performed ever so nicely compared to the others. And I can't help but assume this type of behaviour very likely could happen to the likes of the Neon Locker. All right, I have to question you. Do you believe if we get another locker accepted next week and the week after that, will that be spiking in demand, spiking in price? Can you envision having a base where you have multiple lockers with, you know, different kits inside them and whatnot? Is that something you're going to need? Is that something you're going to appreciate? Is it simply a case of, oh, it's continued the deplorable collection, therefore more valuable, therefore I invest? How many sales is it going to reach up to? I think it's doing 40,000 pretty easily. Like I was questioning my chat earlier, the top selling small box was the Neon Small Meds after the first 24 hours. That did almost 26,000 subscribers. At the current rate the locker is selling, it's getting pretty close to that momentum. So, it might sell a little bit too much. Consider this. There is total quantity bought versus genuine demand. If it matches out perfectly, alright, the price will be solid. It'll probably gradually rise up in price. If we end up with a situation where there's far too much quantity compared to demand, what's going to happen to all that excess stock? It's going to get thrown onto the Steam market. It is going to cause the price of the skin to gradually go down. AKA, look at all the small neon storages. Far too many of them were bought because everybody just thought, oh yeah, quick flip profit, that's going to be fine. That's going to be perfectly fine. I'm going to make so much money. Because, of course, you know, those large boxes that got accepted 3 years ago, they are expensive now. So clearly the exact same thing's going to happen instantly and I'm going to become rich. Far too many people thought like that. And now we are suffering with the likes of our small boxes. So you might have noticed some small boxes have already dipped in price, gone below their rustore price. Let me remind you, it's expected to get so much worse once we reach around October time, okay? The autumn fall seasonal dip is on the horizon. So that's a lot of, like, scaring you about potential problems. But as I said, it's in a very interesting spot right now. The first Neon Small Locker, also the first locker skin to be accepted in all of 2024. We haven't had one for about 10 months. Let me clarify, 8 months? Yeah, we'll go with that. 8 months, sorry about that. So, yeah, with a sheer lack of options for locker skins for so long during this year, yeah, all of the other lockers that came out in the past 2 years have gone up into the positive. For most of their existence, they've been in a negative. But with a sheer lack of options, they've done better. Now this has appeared with, you know, the expectation of 2 more afterwards. I wonder what's going to happen to these. So just to give you a quick shout out, if you own any of these other small, or any of these locker skins that come out in the past 2 years, you might want to sell them now because these might be taking up the attention. Right. So you're probably sitting there and saying, didn't you say this was a showcase? Yes, it was. Hello, Neon Locker. How you doing? Right. Get a good look at this. As I said, it is expected to be the first of 3. There might be more. I'm pretty sure Duck will probably be informed of another idea. I'm pretty sure someone will have a pretty interesting thing. I want primitive. Sure, we'll go with that. Probably. So yeah, get a good look at this. Nice little pan around. You're probably wondering, Hedge, don't you think you should show us stuff at night time? Do you know what? Probably not a bad idea. There we go. Right, so a lovely neon sky blue, looking ever so exquisite, looking very interesting. Do you reckon you'd have a perfectly fine little spot to stick this in your base? I'm pretty sure you do. Now, whilst it looks very nice and appealing, is it still going to work out all right in the long term? I think it will. So as long as we don't see a ton of lockers being accepted over the course of the rest of this year, and of course with next year and whatnot, if we see the exact same situation next year where we see hardly any lockers being accepted, that very likely will be bouncing up ever so nicely. I don't know how far it's going to go in terms of how much it will peak, because I feel like it'll probably be different compared to the storages. I know the small boxes aren't exactly performing super great at this moment in time, but in the future, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll be reaching fairly higher prices compared to now. But that's a long-term wait. This right here very likely might be the same thing, but it also might have that small, you know, that short-term spike with the first one being accepted after it. Much like with the fuel storage, it's in your hands, guys. You could probably go buy some now, to be honest, if you really wanted to. If you feel confident that we're going to see the exact same behaviour, this is to you in the chat. Maybe you want to jump in. Maybe you probably want to see if it works out ever so nicely. Now, it is a risky thing to do, true, but it probably wouldn't be too destructive for your wallet, I guess. Like, I'm pretty sure this is going to do a pretty decent job of retaining its value regardless. So, if you feel like it's worth a shot, see how it turns out, that's cool. But, hey, you know, just keep an eye on the workshop over the course of this weekend. You very likely will be seeing a new one, and I'm pretty sure you're going to be feeling ever so confident once you see another locker skin being accepted, and then we start seeing a brand new set of these. And then on the horizon, potentially more small boxes. So yes, Duck did confirm in his workshop page that he will be returning to doing some more small boxes. Evidently today, we didn't see small neon berries being accepted. We didn't see small neon cards being accepted. Maybe at some point it's going to wrap up and all of the remaining skins will be accepted as the summer ends, and then that's it. Maybe no more neon stuff for a very long time or forever. But enjoy it whilst you can. If you want it for yourself, by all means, grab it. Buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creator, keep them nice and motivated, keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future. But yeah, like, if you're looking at this as an investment and you're thinking it's a little bit too risky, there's no rush. It's abnormal, right? Remember that. It's abnormal. We can wait until Wednesday. We can do our abnormal barders. We can look at the support afterwards, and then we can make a decision if we want to buy 100 of them. Or 1,000. It's up to you. How big's your wallet? So you get the idea, I'm sure. So I'm pretty confident that's going to work out ever so nicely. At the very least, I would expect it to retain at least most of its value, even if it suffers a fair bit with oversaturation. Like I said, maybe it sells a little bit too much. For the initial period of time where it's first marketable, it should be fine. I'm pretty confident it'll be okay. So, guys, it's up to you. It's up to you what you do with that information. If you want to go buy one for yourself now, by all means. If you want to buy maybe a sneaky 10 or 20, hoping that it flips easily when, you know, we have the Rust Store next week. If we get an instant continuation next week in the Rust Store next week, hey, that's up to you. Cool. So, with that, goodbye, locker. Let's go ahead and start talking about the likes of this clothing I'm wearing over here. Yes. What is this? Well, of course, with the update coming out today being bike-themed, of course we're going to get some very interesting-looking clothing, yes. So, I've forgotten the name of this, unfortunately. I believe it's Road Angels. Let me just clarify. Yes, it is. So, Road Angels, hoodie and pants, that was accepted. And when I first look at it, someone in the chat goes, budget blackout, yeah. Is everything a budget something now? Anyway, nice to see some hoodie and pants being accepted. It's been quite some time. It was 6 weeks since we last saw hoodie and pants being accepted. I am not joking. For something that used to be fairly common in terms of being accepted, for some strange reason, we haven't. Well, I mean, we kind of had been seeing quite a lot of it. I mean, maybe. But, well, we did get a lot of Twitch drops last year as well, didn't we? Okay, fair enough. But overall, not complaining too much. We have to discuss what potentially might happen next. So, is this going to turn into an actual collection? That's the main thing I want to discuss. Because whilst we got the acceptance today, because of course, you know, bike themes, biker gang, cool. I don't know if it's definitely going to get the tier 3 and the tier 2. Congratulations, Dragon, getting your first ever skin accepted. Congratulations there, sir. But I would still look for it. I would still expect it. Of course they're going to make tier 2 and tier 3 armor. Why would they stop now? Knowing that, seeing all of these sales happen, of course it's going to happen. Is it going to be accepted? That's the big question. Now, both of these skins are not abnormal. Both of them are selling at 99 cents each. You shouldn't be surprised to see that they're selling quite a lot at the moment. People like it. People think it looks really cool, especially now that we've got the bikes out. So hopping back over to here. Let's go onto stage. Yes. Now, if I go up slightly to the left, and then look at myself, observe the beauty of the design. Now, what I'm going to have to do is I probably want to remove my skins real quickly. So I'm just going to go put them in this box. There you go. I'm not throwing them on the floor again. I'm so sorry about that last week. I was just trying to do it real quickly, and then I realised that was actually a bit inappropriate, so not doing that again. Sincerely apologise. Right, so I've learned my lesson, and now I'm going to greatly appreciate. I can speak words. I'm English, but yes. What a lovely bit of stitch work right here. Ooh. Road Angels, Route 66. Plenty of stitching. Interesting looking design. What's your opinion? Feel free to comment below. But yeah, that's looking pretty sweet. So yeah, you can sit there and say budget blackout if you really want to. I'll sit here and say cool blackout. But nah, it's still going to stick out a fair bit. But yeah, you got a lovely bit of art here and there. You got all the different designs of the stitching. You got a little guy on the bike there. That's cool. So, yeah, looks nice. Nighttime, go. Wha-bam. Let's clip onto myself. Let's zoom in a little bit more. There we go. And let's go do a lovely little pan around on the sides. And yeah, that's looking very, very nice. That is looking pretty interesting. So if you're going to go buy a pair for yourself, by all means, go buy it. Enjoy it, you know. But in terms of wanting to make an investment, 99-cent hoodie and pants can be a little bit questionable. But if we do see signs of the likes of Tier 2 or Tier 3 being submitted over the course of this upcoming weekend, alright, I'd feel a little bit more confident in that. But if we don't see signs of that happening, I probably will just be sticking with doing a buy order. Alright? I'm just trying to keep you informed of how to play it safe. I'm just trying to keep you informed of not instantly rushing and buying out too much of something and then the value drops and whatnot. Let me get this point across. Unfortunately, quite a lot of skins have seemingly already passed their peak prices over the course of the summer. A lot of them peaked in June. Some have slipped down a bit. However, a lot of people are currently playing Rust again at the moment, so maybe it might rise up a little bit. We shall see. But I'm sure you understand the general gist. If we see continuations, thumbs up. Very nice. Very cool. And yeah, I'm pretty confident we will be seeing more. I'm pretty confident because it's selling very, very nicely at the moment. And I'm pretty confident that they're probably going to think, yeah, maybe the same thing will happen all over again. So we'll try again. We'll do more. So, all right then. So how you approach that, up to you. But it's not abnormal. On Wednesday night, we will have to look at it. We will have to discuss. All right, cool. Continuation has appeared over the past weekend. Maybe we feel a little bit more confident in it. Or maybe we'll sit there and say, oh no, we didn't see a continuation. How are we going to approach it then? Well, chances are it'll just be sticking with a buy order. If you look at all the hoodies and pants that have come out so far this year, of course we have had a couple Twitch drops and whatnot. How are the... Okay, so Chameleon hoodie and pants, they're doing alright. They, of course, got the likes of all of the kit being accepted. Desert Beast is actually doing really nice, and I'm not really sure why, because we are missing Tier 2, but I guess it was enough, or something funny's going on there. Overheat did alright, because they got the boots and gloves accepted, but it never got the Tier 2 and Tier 3. That was a little bit awkward. So at the very least, if we see Road Angel's boots and gloves being submitted and accepted next week, oh yeah, of course, same thing. You'd see it go spike and run, spike and price still. So there's a lot to potentially look forward to. It's just a matter of if. And to really get the point across, it's been like 5 hours now since the roster rotated, 8,000 subscribers. It's basically already caught up to the Chameleon hoodie and pants. Uh-oh, yeah, it might be selling a little bit too much. Did you not figure that out? So again, this is another instance of, okay, this might turn into a bit of a problem. This might become a bit of a situation. Yeah, so playing it smarter would be waiting until Wednesday. Okay, cool. Alright, the motorcycles are so fast. Right then, right, let's go quickly take a look at the likes of the jacket now. So, over to here, let's quickly have a little bit of a change of clothing. Right then. Actually, you know what? What I'm going to do, I can keep that with me for now. What I'll do is I will eventually wear all of it, and then you can get a good look and see how the full set looks. So we got this jacket. Do you know how I was kind of sitting here discussing about the potential problems of seeing more jackets after the jacket that we got last week? Yeah, funny that. Oh dear. Oh well. Well, at least this one looks cool. Yes, get a good look at this. That is a cool use of transparency. It is a motor bike style jacket. Hell Riders, looking very cool. It's on fire. It's Ghost Rider. That's cool. Don't try and find out where we live, Marvel. Stay away. Right, anyway, so this is another jacket. Can't seem to tab over. There we go. This is another jacket. Hooray, hooray, I guess. Selling for $2, or rather $1.99. As I have already mentioned, how many jackets have we had accepted so far this year? Uh-oh, that's becoming a bit of a problem. Yes, it is. Right, so with what we have going on here, I am starting to question a lot. It's another black jacket. It has transparency, so it does stand out quite nicely. But, oh no. Right, we literally just had this the previous week. We just went through the same situation. It only did about 14,400 sales. Okay, that's fine. We'll live with that. I'm not going to be too concerned. Now we've got another one immediately afterwards. And it's already done 7,500 sales. Okay, that's turning into a bit of a problem itself as well. At the very least, as I said, it's unique compared to the other ones. It's got this transparency. That does look pretty cool. But are we definitely going to see more of this collection? We just discussed a hoodie and pants that we were like, oh yeah, surely we'll see Tier 2 and Tier 3 and whatnot. Surely that'll be alright. But like, this would be potentially competing with that. So if we're going to sit here and say, oh, I'd love to see some hoodie and pants for Hellfire, I'd love to see some tier 2 or tier 3 armor for Hellfire. Well, again, it's competing with, you know, the Hell. I keep trying to say Hell's Angels, Hell Riders, Road Angels. I'm sure you can understand why I'm a little bit confused. But anyway, both of these collections now, which of course are very, you know, specifically oriented in regards to motorbike gangs and whatnot, I don't think there's room for both of them to get continuations. There very likely might be an outcome where neither of them get continuations. Don't be surprised by that. So, yeah, at the very least, you compare these up with each other. It does look quite nice, so let's go do that right now. Let's go showcase that. So if I could just quickly go grab this, put this on. Look, how cool do I look? Yeah, not too bad. That does blend in quite nicely. That is a pretty good looking setup right there. Are you happy with the design of it? So yeah, it's not like these two groups decided to work with each other. Just call that a lovely little coincidence. Alright, so what's your opinion on that? Do you like the transparency on the sides there? That does actually kind of look cool. Oh, what does that look like with whiteout hoodie? Oh, I kind of want to see that now. I mean, it wouldn't be very good for the Arctic environment and whatnot, but yeah. Okay, cool. So anyway, that looks nice. Lovely little combination there. Let's hope at least potentially we see some sort of continuations for either of them, but they are competing with each other. So tier 2, tier 3, hoodie and pants, boots and gloves, who knows? If we see it, that's all good. Maybe the people that made this and maybe the people that could try and avoid each other, and maybe we could get both of them get continuations, maybe, possibly, we shall see, but yeah, it's a bit funny. Right. Okay then, so with the likes of that, I don't want to rush into buying it, personally. As an investment, I want to wait until Wednesday. That is also abnormal. So, is it going to do a good job of retaining its $2 price? Are we going to compare it too much to the likes of all the other jackets that got accepted? Probably will be doing that, won't we? So, I don't want to sound mean, but you get what I mean. So, yeah, that's probably doing at least 20,000 subscribers. The sales we're seeing today are ridiculous. I'm just not sure if it's going to definitely roll on to the next few days. So, alright, it is what it is. Right, so I've got all this bike gear on. Don't you think I should add a little bit of protection? I don't want to accidentally hurt myself, do I? So that means I better go put on a helmet. Which I don't have, because I'm an idiot. Where is it? Oh, it was in my pocket this whole time. Yes. Chat, remember to stay protected. It's good for you. Right, yeah, good look at that. That right there is stylish. That's a burlap head wrap. That's not a riot helmet or anything. That's a burlap head wrap. So let's just clip up. Oh, sorry about that. Let me just redo this again. Right. I'm going to clip onto myself. I'm going to go down a little bit, zoom in, go down a bit now. Right, and we'll do a nice little spinny. Right, let's go. Ooh, let's orient himself a little bit better. There we go. Spinning around. Okay, looking very nice. So, very shiny. Pretty cool to look at. That's a burlap head wrap. Yeah. I don't think it's going to protect your head that much. But let's just quickly remind ourselves of all the other burlap head wrap skins that we've had in the past. And you might notice, wow, that's a lot of transparency. Yeah, it is. But across the board, some of the more recent ones haven't been performing super great, but they're like very goofy Halloween ones, shark ones. I'm conflicted. At the very least, I could imagine a lot of role players would probably appreciate something like that. But is it always going to be doing a good job retaining its value, you know? What's your opinion? What do you reckon? So, hopping back over to here. This Commuter Headwrap is only selling for 99 cents. It is not abnormal. That potentially is a bit of a problem in terms of trying to figure out if it's going to be totally fine to invest in such a thing. It's conflicting. So, after a few hours of sales, it's already up to 6,400 subscribers. By default, I will sit here and say I'm concerned. I will sit there and say that. I think people use it, but a lot of people might also buy it from the shop. Well, we'll see. Anyway, let's go size myself up over here. Let's go see how cool I look, right? So over to here. Zoom out a bit. That's looking pretty goofy. Yeah. That's looking pretty goofy right there. So if you want to run around and, you know, be a lovely little fellow with a helmet on his head all the time, or maybe you need to designate a helmet to someone in your base to prove a point or something, I mean, it's up to you. But nice and shiny, Nullfoot, Jimmy Tedeschi did a lovely bit of work here. I think that's a pretty interesting looking design, and it's very nice to see such a thing was accepted. So what are your thoughts? What do you reckon? Would you like to see more of this? Could they develop it into a bigger collection? Probably. They could do like burlap cyclist clothing or something. Yeah, that might work. Do you know what? Nullfoot, Jimmy, give it a shot. Couldn't hurt. Maybe it doesn't get accepted. Maybe it does. But at least you have a pretty interesting theme that people would feel invested towards. Commuter, burlap, shirt and pants, maybe hide clothing. It's up to you, but I think the shirt and pants would probably fare a lot better trying to make some like cyclist outfits. So I think you got something pretty good going on there. I think people will be appreciating that. It's just we need to see it being produced. So it's in your hands now. Start working. Right, so let's hop out of here. Let's stop attaching myself. Let's zoom away because he scares me. Go away, scary person. All right then, so hopping back over to here. Oh, we're talking about a Shadowborn skin, are we? Oh, ho, ho. Right then, all right, okay. I guess I'm just going to have to sit here and talk about the most successful deplorable collection that came out this year. Oh, woe was me, woe was me. Well then, Mr. Vase, you still here? Because I'm here to yap about your lovely piece of artwork right there. That is a lovely piece of work. Right. He keeps sitting there and saying it's a reference to like Terminator. I thought it looks like the painkiller from Judas Priest. Either way, it probably would go very well with that song. Anyway, that is cool. That is awesome. And yes, of course, it does glow in the dark. So yeah, we got a continuation of the Shadowborn collection today. I didn't see much of a buyout on the likes of the deplorables. Unfortunately, a lot of those Shadowborn deplorable skins have started to dip down in price a fair bit. It is what it is. But let's just quickly hop over to here. Look at the front page of the Rust Steam Market. How's everything holding up? Yeah, I don't see any Shadowborn skins. But if I were to type in Shadowborn, I want to see if any of these skins happen to have been, rising up in price. So Garage double doors, yeah. You started to dip down in price a fair bit recently. With today's acceptance, have you gone up a little bit? Right now, you're currently selling at $3.36. And, July 4, 2 a.m. No, it's like hours ago today. I don't think that was in reaction to... I can foresee the future. Yes, of course we're going to see that rug skin being accepted. But looking at all of these, it doesn't really look like that much has changed. What about the likes of the garage door? That's what I meant to look at initially, but then I did the double doors because I'm an idiot. I need to have that helmet on my head. No, it was dipping down a fair bit, but today, yeah, a reasonable amount of sales have happened. So looking at the state of this, 10, 1, that was definitely after the Rust door rotated. It isn't that many sales. It really isn't that much. So maybe we're not going to see that much of a reaction. Maybe it's already kind of stuck in the position of where it is, where it's starting to slowly trend downwards now. It had its moments. It sold very well. Vase, you've done a lovely piece of work. It was either this or your Akira garage door. You know what, I've got to show that off now. Let me show off the Akira garage door. So, hey, he couldn't lose. Either one of these skins was going to be accepted. Hedge, what on earth are you on about? He could have also got this accepted today. Hey, maybe next week we shall see. But you know exactly what that's referencing. So, Vase, I think you're pretty good at making skins. I wouldn't know how to... I know. It's a bit apparent, I guess. It's hard to explain. Right, anyway, so you've done a lovely piece of work there, Vase. Now I have to question you more specifically. Are you in the mood to make another Shadowborn skin? Where's my Shadowborn throne, Mr. Vase? Where's my chair? Where's my table? Where's my water purifier? Vase! Where is it? I need it. Anyway. It's lovely to see that was accepted. Making it in theme with the update, with the bikes and whatnot. Smart choice. A lot of people did try for that. It's not like he's the only one that did it. But after the issues we had with the porcelain rug last year, at least we got a lovely rug from you accepted. Well, again, technically, because he also made Respawn Allegory Fresco. Just to quickly remind all of you. So yeah, you've been pretty good with rugs so far this year. Maybe make another attempt for the porcelain one. Alright, cool. So, talking about this rug, how are we going to go about it? Well, I mean, look at all the rugs that are accepted so far this year. How are they currently holding up? Well, doing pretty good. That was made by him. Sold fairly nicely, 24,400. People appreciate it. People like it. Still doing good. Is that still likely going to dip down below its Rustore price eventually over the course of the next few months? Wouldn't be surprised. But again, you know, when loads of people are playing again, is that going to go back up in price and be in the positive again? Yeah, wouldn't be surprised by that. Right, so can we say the same thing for the Shadowborn Rug? Well, how many sales is this going to reach up to? That's the first thing I want to question. At least it has a lovely collection to pair up with. It does look quite nice among all of these other wonderful looking deplorables, but yeah, Shadowborn is slowly kind of going down in value at the moment. Have people lost interest? I can't answer for everyone, but I guess so. And it's not like, you know, we're short on people. We've had quite a lot of people turning up today. It's slowly going down now, which is a bit unfortunate. But I'll be honest with you, I'm looking at it with some positivity. With all these other skins ahead of it, maybe it doesn't sell too much. Maybe it works out quite all right. We'll look at it on Wednesday night. We'll discuss if we want to jump in and make an absurd investment. But at the very least, if you like it, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it. Support that skin creator that keeps commenting above me right there. He would love to be supported. He would love to put out even more crazier, sillier, wackier looking designs. Go look at that garage door yourself. It looks awesome. But yeah. This isn't where he peaks, trust me. There's still another skin I could talk about that he's worked on, but we'll probably save that for a separate video. We'll discuss that a little bit more later on. Right, so, in regards to that, I want to wait it out, wait till Wednesday, but lovely piece of work there. If you want it for yourself, go nuts, grab it, because it does look very good. So, let's get a good look at that, slowly, here. I ruined it. But yeah, look at that. Lovely. Lovely. Now, in game, you know, I want to look at it with my own eyes. I want to look at it on the floor. That's looking nice. Nighttime, go. Yes. That is beautiful. Lovely piece of work there, Mr. Vase. So, we'll see how this goes about. Let's see how many sales it has. Let's see if Vase wants to continue making more of these. You probably don't want to resubmit the locker anytime soon, because I think Mr. Duck's got that whole position to himself for a while. Trust me. But maybe it's time for a furnace. Something like that. Or, you know, barricades are all the rage at the moment. A Shadowborn barricade probably couldn't hurt. Alright, cool. So, lovely piece of work. We're going to move on. I don't want to keep yapping about that. Oh, we got the Moto Party Garage Door. So, I believe this is Sadist's second ever skin to be accepted. No? He's worked on a few other things in Twitch drops and whatnot. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got you mixed up with someone else. I have. Yes, I'm sorry about that. Sadist, good piece of work right over here. What is that? Why, it's the Moto Party Garage Door, obviously in reference to the new upcoming content, or rather the contents that the content that is now out. Hedge can speak words very nicely. So yes, we have a lovely I hit the neon locker. We have a lovely looking garage door with a lovely bit of the illuminating lights of neon. What I was trying to sit here and reference is you can actually see like all the wires all along, spread around, lighting it all up. A lovely realistic approach. Some people who do neon designs don't actually add the wires, which I think looks silly then, but Mr. Sadist, of course, did that. He got his skin accepted, and wha-bam, it glows in the dark. Of course it does. So that is a lovely, fairly straightforward-looking design. But is that always going to be appreciated? That's something I'm definitely going to have to start considering. So we've had ourselves some pretty interesting looking neon garage doors in the past. Let's go remind ourselves of every single one and figure out, is this going to hold up quite nicely? So, garage doors. In total, for the straightforward neon designs, what do we have? Let's go over all of them. We've had the likes of Ramen Garage Door with some interesting looking usage of like the neon lighting. Okay, we could probably add that. We could probably add, you know, maybe Neon Dragon Garage Door. We also did have First Contact Garage Door. Right, that hasn't really held up very nicely. It's lost $1 of its value, and it's the summer, so awkward. Now, if we go further back into the past, Winter Spirit Garage Door, that is a Christmas theme skin. We can't really add that. It's an anomaly. It's a holiday theme skin. It's not Christmas right now, so it's not going to do very good, of course. Neon Vibes is doing all right, though. You've been doing ever so nicely. And over to here, what else do we see? What else do we see? Neon Snowflake Garage Door. Again, another Christmas theme skin. But Christmas last year, that went up to $4. Ooh, people do like those designs. So yeah, I will sit here and say, the fairly straightforward looking designs for neon garage doors and whatnot, they hold up and do quite nicely. But the most recent one to be accepted Well, sorry, I accidentally clicked that. It's the UFO one. So yeah, that has not performed very nicely. Now, it doesn't really reference too much in regards to Rust itself. It's fairly isolated by itself, but do you reckon this is the unfortunate future that the Moto party garage door is probably going to have? Probably. Now, going back over to here, with the likes of this, it's selling for $3. It's not the highest selling skin, clearly. There's many other things ahead of it. Don't count the fireworks. It's been around for a good few years, so let's ignore that. It probably won't do ridiculous sales, which is fine, but it probably will still sell quite a fair bit. It's still sold quite a fair bit, is the point I'm trying to get across. But how many other garage doors are we expecting potentially for the rest of this year? Let me tell you, there's definitely another Twitch drop on the horizon. But general Rust doors, well, I wouldn't doubt it. Last year in total we had 28, or rather 27 garage doors. That one didn't count. But, yeah, $3 is hard to maintain or retain. There's going to be more skins on the horizon for sure. I'm doubtful. I'm doubtful. It's abnormal, though. I don't have to rush into buying it. If I want to make an investment, I wait till Wednesday. Now, just to give it a better look, get a good look at the design. Now, one thing I didn't mention. Roll it up. Nighttime. Look up. And what do we see? When it's rolled up, it glows in the dark. Very nice. Very useful. So at the very least, you also have that. That's cool. People do appreciate such a thing. Very, very nice. So, chat, what's your opinion? Do you like what you see? Are you happy? I think it's totally fine for what it is. We got a lot of bike themed skins. This was a perfect option. There were some other options, but this is fine. I probably would have gone with the Akira thing that they's made, but they picked Shadowborn, so sure, give it to someone else. Perfectly fine slot, but what if we got the Akira skin next week? Well, I mean, that's the point. There's going to be more in the future. But if you like the straightforward, colourful designs such as this, if it's perfect for you, go buy it. Go appreciate it. Go enjoy it. Keep that skin creator nice and motivated. Keep wanting to put out nice and creative designs in the future. Will there be more of these? I don't know. But it very likely will just be all by itself. So, at the very least, Mr. Sadist, thumbs up, good piece of work. But looking at this as an investment, I don't want to rush into it. So, right, that is that. Let's now move on to the next skin, and that is the Nuke Room Storage. Right, so just got to get this quickly established. Quite some time back, aka about 2 weeks ago, we had a modern military sheet metal double door being submitted to the workshop. Modern military. That is supposed to be part of the military collection, which you can see right here, with all that clothing and armour and various weapons being accepted. Very nice, very cool. When it got accepted, Facepunch changed the name of it to Nuke Room Double Door. I don't know why they did it. I have zero clue why they did this. Very weird, very strange. Anyway, hopping back over to here, this past weekend, I saw this skin. It was called Military Nuclear Storage. Robstar, the skin creator, clearly thought, alright, I don't know how this is going to go. I kind of want this still to be part of my military collection, but with what happened to the double door, maybe I still have to reference that it's like connected to the double door, so he also called it Nuclear. Lo and behold, it got accepted, and it's now called Nuke Room Storage. Okay, cool. We got our new collection there, basically. Sort of. It's odd. It's really odd. It really shouldn't be, but it is now, so... Cool. Right, let's go take a look at you then. Hovering over to the likes of this. Get a good look at this specimen right here. Ever so nice. Shiny, sort of. But of course, we want to see what it looks like at night time, don't we? So let's just get in our solid spot. Right there. There you go. I'm going to clip in. Rise up a little bit. There we are. Night time. Go. And now I'm going to pan around that. And we can discuss. So... We've been seeing quite a lot of large box skins being accepted so far this year, and I am starting to get a little bit concerned. With so many options to compare to and whatnot, surely we're going to start seeing problems where all of them end up struggling to stay in the positive, struggling to become a profit. It is conflicting. It is getting a bit annoying, but... Yeah, so as long as we keep seeing more of these deplorables being made and accepted, I don't see anything wrong. but I have to establish this. How many collections so far this year, deplorable collections specifically, where they got started, they got 2 or 3 skins accepted, and it just stopped? Only the likes of Shadowborn this year has had more than 3 skins accepted for a deplorable collection. And yes, many of those skins, many of those deplorable skins and those deplorable collections, there were plenty more submitted. But then it just stops. So that's got me concerned. But what I will sit here and say is, whilst it still has sold quite a fair bit, another instance of it's not the most in-demand skin out of all the Rust Store. Maybe this stops at about 10k sales. Is that going to be alright? Well, compare it to the previous week's large box skins, and what do we see? Well, there you go. It probably would be the lowest selling skin. No, that would go to Clan Base. Clan Base only did 9,700 subscribers. It's already half in price. Oh dear. Also, we have had the likes of Twitch drops and charity skins. What are the chances we potentially see another Twitch drop? I wonder what might happen there. Yeah, there's another Twitch drop on the horizon. There is. So, this is a little bit concerning. If people like Twitch drops, which are given away for free, what's the point in owning skins when you could just probably quickly sell it for some money and walk away? Well, yeah. Nuke from storage, you're interesting. You're a brand new collection, but how's it going to turn out from here now? Is Robstar going to go through pretty much all of his military collection all over again, but then just refer to it as a nuclear theme skin? Probably. I mean, why stop? Keep at it. See what happens. If it still gets accepted, why stop? So, yeah, I'm a little bit unsure about that one, but I can see some interesting things work out for it, potentially still. Yeah. You ever got a better answer than that? Not really. Yeah, I'm not rushing into buying it in terms of making an investment, but if you happen to like it, by all means, buy it for yourself. Support that skin creator. But I don't really know where it's going. At the very least, that double door is still holding up to being perfectly fine as an investment. Not exactly a huge profit, but retaining its value at the very least. But in terms of, will this turn into a proper big fat collection? I don't know. Many deplorable collections just stopping after 2 and 3. I'm worried that very likely will be the next new one at the very least. So at the very least, just look at this. If you like it, show your appreciation, consider buying it, and yes, it does, in fact, glow in the dark. Very nice. Good piece of work there, Mr. Robstar. I look forward to your next few skins. Right, so basically we've showcased the likes of clothing and armour and deplorables. Funnily enough, the likes of the weapons are the lowest selling skins at the moment. So let's go ahead and bring those out and start yapping about these. Right then, so let's close up. Let's go over to here. And let's start talking about the likes of Quarantine Thompson. It was accepted. So, Quarantine Collection got the garage door accepted somewhat recently. That was interesting. That was nice. It's already gone down in price. Oh dear, oh dear. But I was hoping to see maybe a large box being resubmitted. It's right there. There you are. I thought maybe this could get some more deplorables, help out the garage door. Cirque went ahead and made the Quarantine Thompson instead. Huh. Okay, sure, that's fine. Okay, that's okay. How many Thompsons have we had so far this year? Oh dear. Right, this is a bit of a concerning thing for me. Look at this. Look at the state of that. Wrong thing. Quarantine. Sorry about that. Right. MK Ultra Thompson's still holding up to being perfectly fine. I'm quite surprised by that. But, yeah. These aren't exactly doing very well. And we've already had 9 accepted so far this year. We're at the halfway point. Last year, I was quite surprised to see 17 skins accepted in total throughout all of that year. I thought, oh well, Thompsons used to be fairly uncommon to see. Sadly, they're not, and based on what we're seeing currently right now, that trend is still continuing. We're getting a lot of Thompsons. It's becoming a bit of a problem. Right then, so at the very least, we had to talk about the Quarantine Thompson itself. How many sales could it potentially have? I mean, it's not exactly insane at the moment, but at the very least, I think they'll be doing more than 10k subscribers. Now, get a good look at that. In fact, why not look at it in game, you fool? You literally just... Wow, it's a Thompson. Now, black and white. I've discussed this somewhat recently, but I have noticed that quite a lot of black and white Thompsons tend to perform quite nicely. That doesn't glow. It's just a rock in the distance. That's quite convenient. But mostly white Thompsons, mostly black Thompsons, they tend to do quite all right. Now, Thompsons have dropped off a fair bit in terms of, well, do you enjoy using it? Probably not. Bit awkward. Aim cone's a bit awkward. Yep. Anyway, daytime. It might still perform reasonably. A smart barder can still lead to reasonable success, but I just don't have a lot of faith of... Oh, wow, look at the reflection on that. I just don't really have a lot of faith in this, I'm afraid. Only one Thompson so far this year is doing reasonably all right. All of the other ones, not so much. And we're not even going through the bad times. That's still a couple months away. So, again, it's another situation of, alright, sure, if you like it, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support that skin creator. But in terms of wanting to potentially make a decent profit out of this, it's conflicting, because when you look at the quarantine weapons themselves, look at that. MP5, doing good. Crossbow, doing good. SAR, doing good. People like these weapons. Not the AK, weirdly, but yeah, these have held up ever so nicely for a very long time. Look at all of these. Only sitting here at $3. So that was at a higher price somewhat recently, has started to dip down a little bit. What are your thoughts? Sorry, I've talked so much I started to yawn. Trending upwards ever so nicely. Do you reckon this might just turn around and become a very nice valuable skin like the MP5? Because, you know, MP5s aren't exactly doing super great either at the moment. What do you reckon? What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? I'm pretty sure Sir Q will return to this, but at the moment he appears to be trying to work on a brand new storage collection. I would like to see that happen. But yeah, certainly looks nice. I think people will be appreciating it. It's just, what do you reckon? I personally will just wait until Wednesday, make a decision then. It's not abnormal. That's a little bit of a concern. But Thompsons, at the very, very least, they don't really go down that low. Okay, if I go by lowest price, the cheapest Thompson right now is $1.24. $1.24, $1.28, $1.28. At the very least, we could still do like a $1 barter and probably still feel reasonably safe. And I don't think it's going to be one of the worst performing Thompsons. I do still believe that will probably hold up quite nicely. So I like to leave it until Wednesday if that's helpful enough. So we'll move on to the Ditto AR. If you like it, by all means, feel free to comment. But I've got to move on. We got ourselves an AK47. It is a continuation of the Ditto collection. I'm going to aim down and you might notice instantly we have this useful green aim sight right there. Nighttime, please. There we go. Right, can we still see it perfectly fine? Hedge has to kind of shield the lights that he has beaming at himself at the moment. But I'm sure you can see reasonably enough. That stands out nicely for you. Perfect, right. So I can vaguely see the outline of the gun, but I can't really see the aim sight that much. Night light probably isn't so generous for the likes of that skin. Right, so Ditto collection, weapon only collection by default. I have to sit here and say I'm not surprised if I'm about to look at these skins and see they're not holding up very well. What do you mean? I'm talking about that. Yeah, down 50%, down 40%. This is an unfortunate thing with weapon only collections. Nice to see the skins accepted. They have sold reasonably, but in terms of will that retain its value? I doubt it. It's also another AK-47. Hedge, why won't you love AK-47s? Because they do this to me. Look at it, look at it, look at it. Ah. I wonder if the Royal Safari will do a good job of retaining its value. We shall see. Did 8,200 sales. But anyway, looking at the state of all of them, the vast majority not holding up very well, except Thunder Gold. That's the only AK-47 that came out this year that's staying in the positive. Looking at all the skins from the last year, Abyss AR is still in the positive, and we also have the likes of Kiss AR. But that is a lot of other AK-47s right there that are not holding up very nicely. You might be wondering, Hedge, is there an AK-47 coming out with the upcoming Twitch drops? Not that I'm aware of. Alright, so I will give you that. I will give you that. But, yeah, there will be another AK next week, or the week after that, or the week after that. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. So, yeah. With the likes of this, I'm not hating. With the likes of, are there more skins being produced? There was a pump shotgun and a custom SMG. Okay, that's cool. These two skins, the weapon skins here, they're the only late picks of the week. I did mention this last night with my abnormal barders. Will we see the weird trend of random extra late picks? Didn't really happen this week, but we still did have two late picks. They were both the weapon skins. But that Ditto AR, by default, I'll just sit here and straightforward say, it's probably just going to go down in price 60 cents to 80 cents. The collection doesn't seem to be holding up that well. AK47 skins don't seem to be holding up that well. So yeah, what did you expect? It's also not abnormal, so we don't really have that much advantage to work with. Yeah, very straightforward, I'm afraid. So at the very least, let's go over to here. Give it a good look. Produced by Mr. Kavahu. Got the lovely little gradient with the colours. Oh, let's just slow myself down here. Oh, that's too much. Okay, apparently I'm fast. Right, let's just slowly move across. Got all the nice little doodles, the colour scheme. Looking very nice. Nighttime go. Oh yeah, let's make it stand out a little bit better. There we go. Yes. And then over to this side as well, if you so wish. Looking very nice and stylish. If that's the skin for you, feel free to go ahead and jump in and buy some. You're more than welcome to do so. Snap. Right then, cool. So, that was all the skins from the current week's Rust Store. Which one is your most favourite? Feel free to jump up and scream it out loud or just comment below and whatnot. Right then, let's go put this away. Let's start yapping about last week's skins. Alright then. There is still a couple more things that I want to discuss, but we'll see that in a second. Yes, we will. Oh, yes, we will. I was trying to be neat and organised. I don't know why I was bothering that. I'm so sorry. Right, that was all the skins to the current Rust Store. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I can't complain. I'm sure you're happy. I have been yapping quite a lot, haven't I? Yeah, I have. But, hey, at the end of the day, I don't think anyone's going to be upset with that. There's got to be something there, at least for everyone, which they're going to enjoy. And that would, of course, probably mean, you know, good skins overall. Right, so I have yapped about this more than enough. You've got to keep an eye on the workshop over the course of the weekend. You can do this in two different ways. One is simply setting up a followed authors list for yourself and looking at all the newest skins that get rolled out right here in front of you. Now you might be sitting there and saying, "How a followed authors list? How on earth do I set that up?" Well, consider watching my most recent Rust Workshop skin checks. In the very first 2 minutes, I will pretty much showcase to you where or what you can do to set up and get in your own followed authors list set up. Also, consider watching the Rust Workshop skin checks. All the collection continuations are chaptered out for you, so give that a good look. It'll be nice and insightful for you. Also, consider watching the likes of the weekly abnormals. We did this last night. We're discussing what potentially could be picked for, of course, today's Rust Store and whatnot, and I think I got a couple of them right, because I showcased quite a lot of skins that ended up getting accepted, so that was pretty cool. Right, hopping back over to here, we have to go ahead and talk about last week's skins. Yes, indeed. So, with the Rust Store rotating, we did, in fact, receive 2 skins becoming marketable, that being Chalk Menace Box and, of course, the Apocalyptic Gloves. So last night, when I was discussing the likes of the skins here, before, of course, they became marketable, I was looking at this and I thought, hey, I could probably still do a barter between, like, maybe 80 cents to $1. Seems that was the case. Lots of barters kind of there, but I'm going to sneeze. I'm still good. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like it's going to retain its value. There was a collection continuation produced. We'll see if it gets accepted, but doubtful. And then over to here, we've got the likes of the Apocalyptic Road Sign Gloves. I looked at that with positivity last week. I thought, hey, based on the amount of sales it probably will end up with, which evidently seemed to be the case, just around 9,000, I thought that was likely going to pair up or match up to the amount of sales Tier 3 was going to do, and of course it has, so very nice. If this collection remains being fairly in demand in the future, that pair of gloves just gradually will rise up in value. So that's in a very, very nice spot right there. That's the expectation. That, as of now, with the barter support that it has, probably will be steering towards such a thing. Those gloves are very likely going to be having a lovely time ahead of them. So with that, that's looking to be perfectly fine. If you missed out on buying some, hey, why not go grab some of those for $1.24 and see what happens in the future? Will it still dip below its Rust Store price? Probably. October time, it's probably inevitable. But in the future, when times are good and people want nice looking sets, if Apocalyptic's in demand, that will be going up in price, of course, as well. So cool. Right, we could also go ahead and take a look at all of these abnormals from the previous night. So, with the likes of Neon Seed Storage, this is the lowest selling small box skin out of all the small boxes. So last night, looking at that, it had only 26,000 subscribers. That is effectively where it's ended up at, or more specifically, it has ended with 26,500 listings. 20,600 subscribers. I looked at the 100 listings here and I said listings, sorry about that. Why would you list 100? Why not just list like 5? That's only scaring people to list more. Right, so the buy orders. Last night it only really went up to about $1.30 at best. More people did appear, so it effectively ended around here last night. Now we have a guy with 500 quantity at $1.41. Now we got buy orders pushing all the way up to $1.70. With a sheer lack of sales, I guess people feel more confident with this one. We'll see, but can it still potentially go down pretty bad? The worst of it's going to be around October time, so this is a waiting game now. We'll see what happens next, but it's going to be very interesting. This sold half as much in comparison to the Small Meds. Small Meds did 52,000 subscribers in total, so that's going to be fun to look forward to. See which one performs better, because in theory, I guess loads of people want the med storage. How many people actually need a seed storage? Storage. Alright, cool. So keep an eye on that one. Of course, we also have the likes of the Junkernaut garage door. Get a good look at this. That, of course, was a transparent glow-in-the-dark garage door. Its listings are still quite high. Well, the buy orders are quite high. I was expecting that this will likely dip down to about $3 at one point at its potential worst, based on what I saw the likes of the previous glow-in-the-dark transparent garage doors. If that happens, it happens. You potentially might be picking up those skins for their cheapest price, and I'm not sure if you're going to be worried about that or complaining about that, but it will be a case of, from here now, its expected prices very likely will slowly go down in price a fair bit, all the way down to a potential new low point around October time, but from then on, if that's the lowest point, it can only go up from there. So we're going to start trending down with our values now. Let's see how this holds up. Let's see if we see more Junkernaut deplorable skins being produced and accepted. So that will definitely help out the skin, but we'll see. Any other skins? So I did bring this up earlier. Dragon Rage jacket. Oh dear. We just got another jacket skin accepted. So this is a $3 skin. Last night buy orders were only going up to $1.50. Seems we had a few more buy orders appear, but I don't think this is going to hold up very well. Personally, I was conflicted. I didn't know how to go about it. Most of us did just stick with doing buy orders around $1 and $1.50 here, as you can see, but it might be a bit awkward if we keep seeing more and more jacket skins being accepted, let alone other black jacket skins, which of course we got today. So we'll see what the future holds for the likes of that. Okay, what about the barricade and the tools, and of course the likes of the AK here and the kitchen warfare bandana. So, cargo heli barricade. I still do not know what people would want to use it for. I believe this is going to just probably slowly descend and go down in price. I probably will be wrong. Okay, I'll accept that. That's fine. I just need to be informed. What do people use barricades for? Decoration? Okay, is that enough to keep the value up? I don't know. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, I feel like that's just going to end up like the barricades that came out last year. They are both around 50 cents and 60 cents. We'll see. Right, moving on. Here we have the likes of the stone tools from hell. And, well, the buy orders did go up to $2. But they did basically finish at around $1.20 last night. So, yeah. And then over to here. Yeah, they still seem to be pretty much the same as last night. Yes, we have a few people that randomly appeared. The Rust store did rotate early today, so maybe some people missed out on buying them at the very last minute. But it is what it is. Are these still expected to go down to around $1 at some point? Most likely. They sold for $2.49 each. They did not sell that much. They did around 10,000 subscribers each. So, yeah, maybe it does work out better. But glow-in-the-dark tools, is that something you're going to really want? I don't think people across the board are going to be that interested, that invested. We'll see. But, yeah, I don't have a lot of faith with that. That's why we did lower price buy orders. So we'll see how it turns out. Probably will end up around $1 by October. Speaking of, here's a $3.49 AK47. Sold for $3.49 in Rust, I should clarify. Golden, tiger stripes, looks pretty cool. Didn't sell too much, but we still don't have a lot of faith in it. Our buy orders only really went up to just slightly over $1. It's unfortunate, but having seen many other $3.49 AK-47s come out this year, none of them have really done a very good job of retaining their value, other than Thunder Gold. So, yeah, that certainly ain't no Thunder Gold. Also, full gold AK-47, that might sound appealing to you, but didn't we literally just have Augusta Bell's AK-47 come out like 2 weeks ago? Pure gold, given away for free? Just saying. So, There have been continuations. We very likely will be seeing more of the Royal Safari, but yeah, I don't really expect too much for that. And then over to here, we have the Kitchen Warfare bandana. A very weird acceptance. It didn't get its poncho with it for some strange reason. The borders aren't exactly going all the way up to $2.49. It didn't sell that much either, so that only did 6,300 subscribers. And yeah, I'm pretty sure we've had other bandana masks come out this year that sold less. Oh no, but we've had ones that are close, 6,700, 6,800. That did 6,300. Okay, cool. I don't expect much unless we do see continuations and, of course, acceptances. So we'll have to wait and see the likes of that. It is in a weird spot, so I don't think it's retaining that $2.49 price. But if it sold hardly anything, what if all the people that do have them just don't want to list it below $3, for example? Well, I mean, maybe it might actually do a good job retaining a value and stay in the positive. We have seen some weird things like that in the past. So, yeah, that's it. Get a quick look at the final sales for that Rust store right there. Fairly tame, I guess you could say, based on what we've seen in recent times. And especially when you compare it today to today. So, yeah, that is the lot. That is pretty much everything with today and, of course, last week. But there are still a few more things to discuss. Let me just quickly close all of these things here, because I'm starting to get a ton of tabs, and I've just accidentally destroyed SMM.app. Right then. Cool. Let's quickly go ahead and discuss Charitable Rust. Yes, Charitable Rust is going to happen again later this year. It happens every year. But, of course, the next batch of Twitch drops. So, we're going to have Charitable Rust on the 12th of October later this year. And currently right now, we have this Twitch drops contest taking place. Skin creators are expected to produce some skins and try and see if they can get them, if they can have them as winners, have them. Winners will be picked. The winners will become Twitch drops. So simple as that. Hedge just struggles to speak because he's an idiot. But we did see another Twitch drop, or rather, a skin submission to potentially be a candidate for a Twitch drop being submitted right here, produced by Mr. Shadowborn. That's what was in the background this whole time. Let's go give that a good look. So over to here. Admire, people. As you might notice, we have the Direct Relief logo in place right here. That is the charity that Charitable Rust is trying to help out. And you might notice an interesting little detail right there. It's got transparency. Oh, yes. Why don't we get the light to shine over here? Let's just... There you go, a little bit better then. Right, so you can clearly see it's a bit scratched up. It's a bit welded and whatnot. But it's a perfectly fine looking garage door. Now you might sit there and say, does it glow? Well, yes, it does. It kind of inverts it a bit with the design on the logo. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty cool. A bit rough, I guess you could say, but I believe that was what was intended. But yeah, you're going to see a lot more skins like this being submitted. Each skin creator can have up to 5 different skins if they wish to submit to the contest. And as I said, winners will be picked. They will become our Twitch drops in October. Alright? So there has been quite a bit of discussion. Apparently, we're going to have Twitch drops every single month for the rest of this year. I don't know 100% what every single event is going to happen. I believe there's, apparently some sort of goofy mini Twitch rivals next month? August? I don't know all the details in regards to that, but it was announced, sort of. Anyway, at the very least, I can confirm Charitable Rust will be taking place 12th of October, later this year, and by then we will know what skins have won the contest, and those skins will be Twitch drops. You just have to watch people playing Rust during that week, and you'll get those Charitable Rust Twitch drops. So, hopping back over to here, looking at the likes of the details here, Charitable Rust, the link can be found here to go take a look. If I go to Google, because I don't know how to get the specific page, I'm very sorry. If you could go to Google as well, Charitable Rust Skins Contest, there you go, right there. You can see all the details there as well. And as I said, it's all in an effort to help out the likes of Direct Relief this year, which appears to be some humanitarian, well, it says right there, humanitarian relief. Yep. When a disaster happens, they're there to help people out. So it's all for a good cause. So when you inevitably see the Rust store come out that week, you'll also have special charity skins being sold. Whilst you won't be able to buy and sell those skins ever again, if you buy them when they're in the Rust store, it's all for a good cause, and, you get some interesting looking skins. Now, there was another pair of skins that were submitted recently, and I'm going to go wear them right now. Okay, I got them on already. Here we go. whilst that was produced by Mr. Shidmon and submitted today, I believe, we also had the likes of the shirt and cap produced by Mr. Micro. Get a good look at that. Don't see many t-shirt skins, do we? And we really don't see many cap skins, do we, either? So we've got the logo on the front, got the little design, the nice orange and black. Over on the back here, you've got the Charitable Rust logo. You've got direct relief written on the side. 2024. Very nice, very cool. So yeah, keep an eye out on the workshop. You will be seeing a lot more skins being submitted. The link to the page itself here, I will put it in the description of this video, so you could go look at that. I'll also go put a link to the actual contest itself. So if I have skin creators who are watching this right now, consider giving it a shot. It's all for a good cause. Couldn't hurt to, you know, build up your portfolio. But yeah, it's all for a good cause. Now this contest ends at the end of July, so we got maybe another 3.5 weeks, and then that's it. So keep an eye out. See all the skins that are being added. Say thank you to TGG for setting it up. Get a good eye for what potentially will be future Twitch drops for future skins that, of course, will be added to the game. So, cool. It's as simple as that. So, best of luck to you, Mr. Shedmon, with your garage door. And best of luck to you, Mr. Micro, with your very nice, cool-looking t-shirt skin. And, of course, your lovely-looking cap. Direct Relief, Charitable Rust, 2024. I hope you look forward to it. I hope you enjoyed the event. And I will be taking part in that as well. What's going to happen? Well, you're just going to have to wait and see. So, yeah, lovely stuff. So I believe that's everything. Hedge has yapped and yapped and yapped. I'm not sure if there's anything else I need to address. Well, there is one more small, tiny little thing I guess I could just quickly bring up. I'm pretty sure you've heard me say enough. Twitch drops on the horizon. What's going on? Well, you know, there's a special event that's taking place at the end of this month. FANCYORB, Global Warfare 2, it's happening, and I happen to be holding one of the Twitch drops here. Now, I know all the Twitch drops have been announced and whatnot. I want to do a separate video showcasing all the skins, but yeah. We got 6 very interesting skins. I'm pretty sure you're going to greatly appreciate them, and I'm going to try my best to showcase all of them to you in a very nice way, but that'll be in a separate video. If I did it in this video, which is probably already very long at the moment, I didn't want to get it like lost in the shuffle. I didn't want it to get like sandwiched in with all the other stuff. But yeah, I will make a lovely little video, try and keep it nice and concise, showcase all the skins off separately, and blah blah blah. Yep, you get that there. So that'll be done. Goodbye, Rock. Oh, I can catch it. I can catch it. I can catch it. I can catch it. No. I couldn't. Right then. Okay. So, that is everything. It's time to drive off. Got my fuel in. I want to mount it. Right. And off I go. Au revoir, everybody. I'm out of here. Does it honk? Let's go find out. Let's go turn the volume on. Hey! Can't get it to honk, I'm afraid. Alright, let's lower the volume a bit. Okay, so that was nice. I'm very good at driving. That'll do. Right, so that is pretty much everything. Don't think there's much else that can be said. I yapped a lot. Hey, alright, maybe there's one more thing that we could address. So, with the likes of the commits, of course, we have now had the actual update go through. So, I mean, maybe there's not much else to care about. Well, I mean, you got next month to look forward to now. Hey, yes. So, you might have noticed we didn't see the likes of Radtown Redux being released today. Well, that's been cooked on for about, oh, I don't know, about, what, 3 months now? That's still on the horizon. That's still expected to be, you know, revealed, showcased, added to the game and whatnot. I'm pretty sure that'll probably be ready for August, potentially. And maybe, just maybe, we will see the likes of what that new biome will be. At the very beginning of the year, they did sit there and say, we do plan to do a new biome. When? When? Alright, so, yeah, that does appear to be everything. Hedge has yapped more than enough. Why is Arctic Protection on the front page? I have no idea. Oh, look, Dragon Rage. That's quick as order for a page. Oh, dear. Don't tell me it's been dumped. And, yeah, Shadowborn, Sheep with a Double Door. Cool, cool. Right, then, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you liked it. I can't say much else. Still no SKS? Yeah, whatever happened to that? Also, we've got the blunderbuss being mentioned. Let's see if I can spell it correctly. They call it the Blunderbuster. Yes, Blunderbuster. A bazooka, shotgun, Ioka flintlock hybrid thing. Yeah, blunderbuss. It is a goofy looking mini shotgun of sorts. Either it could be long, it could be small. I think it's supposed to be small for Rust at the very least. Who knows? We haven't actually seen it, like, actually in the game yet. And, of course, whatever happened to the SKS? Wasn't that supposed to become its own weapon? They just haven't mentioned it anymore. Let's just quickly refresh real quickly and see what the sales look like now. So, I must have yapped for almost an hour. Typical. That says 11,400. If I go to the actual workshop page, it'll be much more up to date. So if I go click this, scroll down. Yeah, 12,291. Still a lot. Yeah, that's very likely doing at least 20,000 subscribers in the first 24 hours of sales. Cool, dear. Right. So, yeah, that's it, chat. I think that's everything. So, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. And, yeah. Am I slouching? Sorry about that. I just realised I was, like, sinking. I was like, hey, hello, chat. Where's it? Bye. Yeah. I'm actually stuck. Chat, I need help. Ow.